Hey, what's up, guys? Just finished company tour with Equipter. Sitting here with David Beiler, General Manager of Equipter. So I have a couple questions. I'll see if I can negotiate some kind of deal for my subscribers. I asked like 3 times already and see if cameras will help to get a discount for you. But I'm gonna start with this. So here's the picture from your website. You're a family-owned business. Obviously, this is your dad. Who are the rest of the people?
So you pointed out my dad already, and then my older brother, Ray.
Okay.
Right
He's
there.
vice president.
He's the vice president, yeah.
Okay.
And then we have a brother-in-law, Jeremiah Weaver.
Okay, I've seen him today.
Yes, he's the vice president of production.
Okay.
And then I have also have Sam Beiler.
Okay.
So he's a brother, and
Yep.
he's part of Boost Point.
Okay.
CEO there. And then I also have another brother-in-law, just recently moved to Colorado.
Okay.
And another brother that just started his own marketing company. That's Josh.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm right there in the middle.
So you guys, at one point of your life, you all work for Equipter. You
Yes.
told me a story earlier. You've been welding, and
Yes.
so take me back 5 years ago, 7 years ago, when all of you still were here working welding. What brothers were doing, I guess.
Yeah, so it's a good question because, well, it goes back even further to 15 years ago
Yep.
when Dad invented the RB4000. And then over the years, so we all had a position at some point in either welding or manufacturing or the assembly line.
How is it to work with your family on something like that? Work with your dad. I've seen your mom today bring lunch to everybody. How's all of that?
It's been really good. Of course, there's challenges in any type of relationship, but we've had a lot of fun over the years growing the company together. And so, you know, it's really about learning to work together. Dad, he's a visionary. You know, he casts the vision, and I tell you, when he gets an idea, look out. You know, but so we've had a lot of fun with a lot of that. Just each one learning their roles, what we're good at. You know, what the other person is good at, and respecting that, and then. You know, carry on.
So we're here in the heart of Amish land, I call it, right? So Amishes are known for, you know, everything old school. They don't like technology. I mean, they do, but they don't. Everything's kind of, you know, 100 years ago,
Yep.
right? But at the same time, Equipter, it's very innovative product. How much Amish culture influences, you know, Equipter, or like how much impact culture did on Equipter? Because you guys have also Amish background, your dad, and how does it all come around? I mean, for me, it's big contradiction. So you have, you know, Amish person who quit, you know, just goes and creates innovative product.
That's a really good question. Let's see if I can answer that. So, like you said, Dad has some Amish background, and that's influenced it really well in that when he, you know, from that background and that culture, you work really hard, and it's a amazing culture in that way where you, you know, you do everything to the best that you can. He was in the roofing industry and working hard, you know, doing his best, but it was after about 10 years, 10 plus years, he was like, there has to be a better way, and so then that. With his visionary mind was just like, let's build something. So that then, with that culture and that mindset, that also enabled him to build, you know, something to the best of his ability. And he went at it, you know, with a mindset of, I'm going to do this really well. I'm going to build something that works really well.
As far as Amish influence goes, like how did Amish people, you know, look at something like Equipter?
So that's a good question because when he designed it, that's obviously part of the question. Like, this is really innovative, and we're right here in the middle of Lancaster County. What happened is actually some of the Amish, I would say, are some of our most loyal and best customers.
Really?
Yeah, they.
So they did not turn it down. They say,
No.
you know, it's acceptable. What's the rule, I guess? You know, because I know they don't have cars, right?
Right.
But they have drivers.
Yeah. So no, they're innovative in their thinking. So
Okay.
I respect them a lot for
So
what they do. So
Amish community accepted Equipter.
Yeah.
Roofing community is absolutely struggling right now for labor. Like shortage is, unheard of. I just did a post a couple days ago, and everybody thinks leads are the problem. So I did a post, leads or labor, and after like I think 390 votes, it says 61% labor and 39 leads. At Equipter here, do you guys on manufacturing side suffer at all on the labor? Like, do you have labor shortage?
I would say it's a little different than 10 years ago. We have very loyal employees, so we're thankful for that. So overall, I would say it's been healthy.
Does it help you to sell product to roofers who struggle with labor?
It's definitely something we've been hearing throughout the roofing industry. We're talking to customers all the time, and yeah, we're hearing that all the time. Labor is hard to find, and again, it's helped us sell because of the RB4000 essentially doing the work of 1 to 2 guys.
Next question is a little bit political. Trump and sanctions and China relationship, does it affect manufacturing like yours? Cost of metal, cost of products and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I would say directly to that. Yeah, we've had price increases on raw material
within the last year, 2 years.
Yeah, within the last couple of years. So yeah, we're seeing the effect.
Is
of
it
that.
challenging?
I would say somewhat, but nothing that you can't work through.
Is it possible for product like Equipter become electric like Tesla? As far as technology goes, are you going that way at all?
One of our core values is innovation, so we're always innovating. But is that possible? I think it's possible, but maybe someday.
Do you have competition or copycats or anybody who's trying to copy you and run with it?
Not that I'm aware of, not directly to our product. Yeah.
Do you feel like Ford family in the trailer business?
I wouldn't say that that way, but it's a niche market in the with the roofing industry, and we've loved it because it's an industry we love. So.
It's more like Rolls-Royce because you hand build a lot of stuff. It's not just like your line where robots just put it together. It's very custom, guys. What is your biggest challenge at Equipter right now?
Biggest challenge? I would have to say complying to the state regulations.
Really?
Yes.
They trying to regulate?
Trying to regulate.
Is it on the driving because it's a DOT, how it drives on the road, or it's where regulations?
It would cross into the DOT and some of that and it's more on how the company operates.
How you build them. I guess safety standards. You don't have to do any crash tests, do you?
No, no crash tests.
What kind of tests you have to do?
We would do design tests, stress tests on the products, the welds, and all of that. So, there's testing that goes involved.
How about OSHA and safety risks?
So, with it being a material lift, there's not a whole lot of regulations to a material lift. So, we've had good conversations with OSHA, and they love the product because, essentially it's a safer, fall resistant.
As far as roofing goes, it's just different applications. On the equipment, it's probably more challenging.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest concerns that I see from the contractors about Equipter, obviously, it's the tires and the grass. Did you ever get a complaints from the customers direct that maybe they contacted you because of ruined grass, and how big of the problem it is, and what's your feedback from the contractors? I know it's really big.
It's an excellent question. We've had several customers say, it does this, leaves some damage. We'll ask them questions like, okay, well, what happened? And again, typically it's like,
rain.
It just rained 3 inches and there's bad water runoff. Well, okay, your foot is going to make an imprint in the lawn, So, but typically the typical feedback we get is guys say that it doesn't leave any ruts in the lawns, and that it does very little damage to customers' lawn, landscape.
How much does
property.
it weight?
Empty, it's at 4,000 pounds.
4,000. But the tires are really, really wide.
Yeah, so it has the wide tires. Plus, if you compare weight to like a material lift, JLG lift or something like that, they're 20,000 pounds. So comparable to a similar product, it's really lightweight.
You mentioned during the tour that you have some kind of solution in case if it's softer or you have to be more protective. Is it like a pad or something you said?
Yeah, so there is a what we call a track mat.
Okay.
It's an optional accessory that you can store underneath the bed of the Equipter.
How does it work? Like, what is it?
So it's a 2 foot by 6 foot mat, and typically guys will get 4 of them, so you can lay them down in a really soft lawn and then just drive right over that.
Do you guys use it? Or
yeah.
How popular is it?
I would say it's somewhat popular. It's not like you need it. It's more for the areas that get a lot of rain, like I said, bad water runoff situations.
What breaks the most, and what's the most common repair on Equipter? What part or accessories?
It's got a Honda engine, so you have the typical maintenance there, engine oil, and so you'll get calls for a carburetor in the engine. There's a lot of moving parts, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it's really well built. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, I have a steamer. It's a $5,000 steamer, and when we do ice dam removals, it would be like busted hose or like little connection that under pressure always goes off. It's a $5 thing that 5 minutes to replace. I'm just curious on such a massive equipment. Like, what would be like on our dump trailers? It's just a dump trailer. Like, we have problems with the batteries. They would not be charging when you drive. Like, I don't know, weirdest thing, especially when it's cold. So we just know you have to carry those. But there's not. You're right. There's not much to them. But at the same time, in yours, there's a lot to it. But it's. I'm just curious what to expect, and if there's one thing that breaks first, maybe 3 years down the road, what would it be?
Probably, with it being an electric start. So you have multiple things there. You have the starter. Say it's probably one of the
something with the engine, just like
something with the engine, because that's that's a direct drive, and so electric start. You have the battery for the electric start.
If you would have to guess, I don't know if you have data for it or not. What state has the most Equipters right now?
I'd have to say probably Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
And the reason for that is obviously being based here, but it's pretty much become the industry standard in here in Lancaster, in the surrounding cities. Again, because if someone's doing a roof with an Equipter and then you see a neighbor getting one without an Equipter, you see the difference. And so typically homeowners are looking for a contractor that has an Equipter.
So they start creating demand, and contractors to compete and be competitive, they start looking. Would you say more contractors here have Equipter than contractors that don't have Equipter?
Yeah, it's more common in Pennsylvania. Like, if you don't have an Equipter and you do roofing, it's a little odd. So definitely the industry standard here.
What other states are very, very popular and like picking this trend up? I see a lot of guys in Michigan for some reason.
Yeah, Michigan. There's.
I didn't see them in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's not a standard. I can tell you. Like, I've never seen Equipter on the streets in the road. I never have anybody ever ask. So
interesting, because we have customers nationwide. I mean, as far as trending, I'd have to say Ohio. It's kind of, I'd say it's branching out quite a bit, and so the trends tend to go with that.
What's your take? I mean, it must make you proud that it becoming a standard, like Philadelphia said. But what's your vision for roofing industry? Overall, like with the Equipter and your vision, where you guys going? I mean, you have 4 products already. Are you planning to do more? I mean, what's your take on the industry, I guess?
Yeah, we've with our history in the roofing industry specifically, we love the roofing industry. That's where we come from. That's our background. And one of our mottos is that we're driven to advance roofing. And so our goal is to see roofing become more professional in our approach, obviously in our sales marketing, but also in the completion of the job.
Yeah.
You know, up until the last 10 years, it's a blue tarp is just okay, but I think our customers deserve better. Every other industry is advancing in robotic machines and innovative equipment, and I see the roofing industry also can benefit from that, and so that's what we see. We want professionalism, but also
the robots on the roofs.
Yeah, I know. Be safer, right? So.
No, they're heavy. They might go through the plywoods and make some damage.
But yeah, that's our goal is to advance the roofing industry in professionalism, but also efficiency.
Well, and the labor too. Like, I mean, if you right now, you have to throw shingles on the ground, pick them up. I mean, that always drives me crazy. The problem is the guys who are doing it, they're like the cheapest labor. They're usually not allowed even to be on the roofs. They're like laborers, but it's harder and harder to find even those laborers.
Yeah, and is it fair to them?
Exactly.
The cheapest labor, but yet they probably have the most demanding or difficult task of throwing whatever it may be, 7,000 to 10,000 pounds of debris in one day.
And why would you do that? Like it's just dumb. Like work smarter, not harder. Right?
That's right.
I've never met anyone who would look at the Equipter and would not be amazed. So we know the fact that every roofer who looks at it makes sense. Like, he looks at it, he understands, he needs it, but yet, like, contractors not ready to buy them. A lot of contractors just would not even put it on the list, and even like myself, it's a hard decision, not because of the price tag. So let's list reasons why contractors are not buying Equipters. Reason number one. I would list, like, if I would, tell me if you see it from other contractors. The reason number one is a relationship between contractor and a subcontractor. Because if a subcontractor have, 4 or 5 guys working for him, he doesn't really need it or doesn't understand it. Contractor can't force it. I mean, that's a relationship in between, because it's not employees of the business, they're subcontractors, and you can't really tell them what to do, and it makes no sense for the contractor to do it for them. What other reasons do you see why contractors not buying?
I mean, I think right along with that is the process. I mean, we've been doing it this way for so long, right? And so I think you mentioned it earlier in the fact of, you take a dump trailer, and we're used to taking just a dump trailer to the job site. You add the RB4000, where you're adding another piece of equipment to take along. So it's changing the mindset, really. We're used to just buying some cheaper items, and we can do a roof. So changing the mindset of how and the process of getting this done. Like, is it actually worth me having a dump trailer and an RB4000, or changing the process, my process of a business, to have both of these there, just to take care of trash. I mean, I say just.
Reason number two, not being open-minded, which contractors are known for. Being closed-minded, I've been doing it for years. Okay, I can see that. What other reasons? What other objections did you guys see or hear?
Objections. I mean, I know price is one, and I touched on that just a little bit ago, of the fact of, like, well, we're used to having a dump trailer and an air compressor, and for 15 grand we can be up and running with a roofing business. So, look at an investment like this. Well, we're not used to doing that in the roofing industry. So,
but I think price is the easiest objection to justify, because numbers are there. I mean, having 2 employees for a couple of months, I mean, pays for itself. It's a bigger talk, employees versus subcontractor, but I personally know, out of in my network only 2 contractors who have employees, like
Mhm.
don't use subs. It's almost
Mhm.
impossible because by the time you pay, subcontract employees
Mhm.
direct, it's ridiculous. But if they're sub, now it's really hard to enforce them to do it your
Mhm.
way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean that you make a good comment there in the relation there of how our businesses are operating, and so I think from seeing how does the Equipter fit into that is the thought of the customer, the value to the customer in, okay, we sell and we market, we sell our jobs, but how does the job actually get done? And so if we can see the value in how the job gets done with the right equipment and the value to the homeowner, obviously that brings referrals back to your business. Yeah, I think you make a good statement there.
I would make, the more I think about it, I would make one more argument why contractors are not buying Equipters, because we went, like the whole roofing industry within the last, I would say 5-10 years, went in direction towards sales from workmanship. So before it was, I'm a business owner, I own, warehouse, I own employees, so like we're proud of workmanship. And with the storm chasing being on the rise, it's all becomes sales driven, and sales guys, they don't care who does the work.
That's
it's
right.
all about how many contracts I can sign and how fast can we produce. And when you have that approach, now who does it, like your image, how you do it, what you say, it doesn't really matter. And I personally hate it, because for me, like we need to start taking pride of what we actually do. And we take, like a lot of business owners in the roofing industry, they take pride in their sales, and we're like $1 million producers. We don't say like 100 roofer installer. We say $1 million producer. That's pretty much on a pedestal now. So that's where everybody wants to be, because it's easier money.
Yeah.
And I feel like because of that culture, we going after sales, and now like talking about Equipters, it's not sexy, it's not popular. Why do I need that? I can sell it without it. And I feel like it needs to turn the direction. We need to switch back to workmanship and convince homeowners and everybody else, like, no, it is about work, it's not about sales. But it's hard, because I mean, it's also capitalism. Like money talks. It's sales, and.
But I think that's where we can make the difference in bringing it back to workmanship and doing business the right way, doing the work the right way, treating the homeowner the right way, from the beginning to the end. And so that's one of the things we've focused on, is the process of this roof getting done. This is where the Equipter shines, obviously. It shines also in the sales part, because you present this to a homeowner. Hey, we're going to do the job correctly. We have the right equipment to do the job.
What's your favorite equipment that you have 4? What's your favorite?
By far the RB4000.
4000?
Yeah. Just because of how much it's changed the industry and how much it changes the way you do something. I mean, going from a blue tarp to, state-of-the-art equipment, and just what that changes. So.
Do you have any Equipter internal jokes?
Oh man, Amos helped me out with that one.
He's smiling.
I don't.
Give us a Equipter joke.
Well, yeah, sales is constantly asking marketing for qualified leads, and we joke back and we say, well, if we qualify them to the extent you want them qualified, we won't need a sales team. We'll just close the sale. So that's one of the jokes that we have going back and forth.
I talked to your mom earlier. It was like the cutest thing ever. So their mom comes in every Thursday and just brings lunch to everybody. I got to talk to her, and it was like, when everybody is like, thanks mom, it was like the cutest thing ever. What's behind it, like?
So she's done that for years, and she enjoys it, she loves it. What's behind that really, and why do we keep doing that, is one of our core values is relationships. And so obviously that extends to our customers, but it also to our employees. And so we want to build a a company off of core values, and again, one being relationships and keeping the family atmosphere. And you know, it's hard to do these days because
Sure.
everything's business and corporate, but we really want to strive to keep a family atmosphere and good relationships.
And I noticed religion is a pretty big part of Equipter too. How
Yeah.
big is religion here?
Yeah, it's actually a big part of what we do. We strive to honor and glorify God in whatever we do. So we're really thankful to what He's given us to do, and we're just trying to be faithful to His blessings. So
Thank you so much for hospitality, inviting me here. This has been great.
I'll say it's been good having you here. So thanks for stopping in and taking a look at the plant. So.
Sure. What do you guys think about Equipter? Comment below. We would like to hear from you. Do you like our company tour videos? Who else would you like us to visit? At the beginning of this video, I told you that we're going to give away Equipter. Here's what you have to do. Exactly 1 year from now, right before Thanksgiving in 2020, we're going to give away one free Equipter from Roofing Insights, no string attached. All you have to do, you have to be subscribed to this channel, you have to follow us on Facebook, you have to follow us on Instagram, and you have to be in business for at least 1 year. If you do all of that, we want you to comment below on this video. Exactly 1 year from now, we're going to come back, read the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to see if you like Equipter, if you can use it in your business, and if you did in fact follow us on those accounts. All you have to do is comment below your name, your company name, your handle on Instagram, and your username on Facebook. Exactly 1 year from now, we're gonna read all the comments and we're gonna come up with the list of people that checked out, they are still subscribed, they still follow us on Instagram. We're gonna pick a winner and we're gonna arrive at your business with a brand new Equipter. Comment below. You have the whole year to do so. I'll see you guys in the next video or on the next company tour.